if you're able to put a radio on the list, that means that 4 years ago, you have encouraged multiple companies in India to start working on radios. The radios have been built, they have been evaluated, they have gone through the trials. Now they are ready for procurement. So if the government is able to put a radio on the list, that is actually the culmination of 4 years of effort. And that, I think, will be the future of these import embargo lists. The import embargo list that the government is coming out with basically gives two primary strategic advantages. One, it provides it provides a basket of opportunities where there are certain products, there are certain items that can be only procured from Indian sources. That will actually de-risk and also excite investors investing into companies that are working on this particular product. The second thing that it does is it lays a roadmap. So one of the main things in that document that you'll see is that it not only gives you what is on import embargo list now, it also gives you what is expected the next year and what is expected the year after. That kind of a document, I think, is a great visionary approach, saying that, you know what, this is what we are intending to do. But I think there is also a huge requirement for the government to start thinking strategically on this import embargo. If people were to critically examine the import embargo list, you will notice that the import embargo list can be broken down into two major sections. Items that are typically products, that is a complete solution that is being banned for import. And then there are a lot of these components where you have a missile defense system, and they are talking about a subsystem of it or a subcomponent of it. While they have definitely done work in identifying what can be manufactured locally and hence put them on the import embargo list, if you look at it strategically, you would need more products on the list and less components on the list, because products is where we fail, right? One of the primary examples of this is in the recent import embargo list. There is one of the products that is called Sarvatra Kavach. Sarvatra Kavach is a product that's been developed in association with Army by one of the top conglomerates in the country. Sarvatra Kavach is a body armor material, right? And you say that this needs to be manufactured only in India. Actually, if you look at it strategically, as long as proper quality assurance principles are in place and you're sourcing the ceramic correctly, it doesn't matter where the source of your Sarvatra Kavach is. As long as your body armor is able to resist the bullet that is being fired at you, it doesn't really matter. On the other hand, when you start talking about electronic equipments, when you start talking about embedded systems, edge computing devices, these are devices in which, very similar to the processor motherboards of your phones, where there is an electronic component to it, there's a firmware that is written on it. There is a huge risk of a digital backdoor being programmed in it. All of us would be aware of the amount of scrutiny UI is having today, especially with respect to 5G technologies. That is primarily because of the fact that we don't have the skill and the capability to evaluate whether there is a digital backdoor being programmed into devices or not. There has been numerous examples of drones on the eastern frontier malfunctioning when there are components that have been sourced from China or Taiwan. So there is a strategic need for us to evaluate. First, start putting more products on the list. Second, classify as to what are the products that are going to get on the list. So by putting, let's say, for example, bandages on the import embargo list, you're not achieving strategic significance. But if you're able to put, like Rudra was mentioning earlier, if you're able to put a radio on the list, that means that 4 years ago, you have encouraged multiple companies in India to start working on radios. The radios have been built, they have been evaluated, they have gone through the trials. Now they're ready for procurement. So if the government is able to put a radio on the list, that is actually the culmination of 4 years of effort. And that, I think, will be the future of these import embargo lists.